But daddy is a state of mind, you know what I'm saying? I'm your daddy.
Let's go. Get up on y'all. You gonna learn today.
Daddy, chill.
Call me daddy.
What do you think right now? We can't chop this up into two pods right now. We can, but what do you think right now? What's going on with football? And I know we talked about it before we got you in, but like I don't get it. There's like football mediocrity is at an all-time high. Like these games, like I think they should start flexing these. Even this Thursday game, Patriots Steelers. Like what the fuck are we doing?
You know, generally throughout the years, though, since they've brought in Thursday night football, it's probably been 8 years or something. It's always dog shit teams on Thursday night.
Yeah.
Always dog shit.
It's like just give the public a little bit of entertainment, you know.
But the only one's the best is week one because it's the Super Bowl winner against somebody else, and then they always match them up against some like tough team, you know.
Yeah, it was fun this year. I mean, the Lions played the Chiefs and we beat them. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we like that.
Yeah, that's the Lion team that everybody wants, but you know we get them every 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
So
I mean, even last week on our win, you know, we tried to piss it,
dude. I don't. They should have won that game by 35 points.
I know.
It's so crazy.
I mean, that's us in a nutshell. We get up to a big lead, and then you know we try and coast, and next thing you know, the team's in it, and we're in it to lose at this point, you know. So
yeah, what do you? Let's give some people some insight on the hobby. Like, what do you feel right now where the hobby's at? I know you say you only break with us still a little bit here and there. What's your like overall take right now? Like what are you seeing?
It's become so tough, man. Honestly, you know, just so many scams, so many frauds. You know, obviously we know of a lot ourselves, and I'm not going to bring up no names. It's not really my place to do it. It's taken so many like important people away from the hobby.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be ultimately the downfall, you know. And obviously, Topps came in and they're buying everybody out. They're basically monopolizing the hobby, and some people think it's going to be great. Me personally, I don't. You know, yeah, they can talk this big old game right now. They're doing it to change. Guess what? Every time this happens with anybody or anything, next thing you know, their prices are through the roof again.
Yeah.
You know, and I hope that doesn't happen, and I hope they stay true to their word. And you know, it's just like, what's really going to happen? That it's ultimately it's a guessing game.
Yeah, I agree. The pricing is one thing that I've stressed about, not only to the team, not only to people that I've talked to within Fanatics, but just overall. Like, you know, I keep going back to the Bowman Sapphire thing. It's one of the issues that I saw where I literally told these guys, I go, I would have paid more money for those boxes. I don't understand why you're allowing people to capitalize on a market or industry that don't really necessarily have skin in the game. These guys that come in and they might have 4 or 5 different accounts. They're just swooping up as much of the online, the .com as they call them, the .com drops. They're swooping them all up, and those guys are just flipping them to breakers or flipping them to the second party guys that are flipping them to the breakers. Like
that actually what you're talking about right there. You know, that bring up. I'm probably going to make a lot of people salty with this. Is, you know, I remember a conversation you and I had last week about you getting a phone call from a mutual friend of ours about the allocation thing. You know, you give some of these guys a chance that other people have had with allocations like NT and the amount of money these guys make from this. We're in a different ballgame.
Yeah.
You got some shops and breakers getting 100 cases of NT and making 8, 10, 15, 20,000, depending on how long they're holding these cases. You know, give a guy like you some of that, right? And let's see what you can do with that money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
you know what I mean?
I've said it 100 times on the podcast. You know, and people think that we don't run Panini. We're not allocated. Like, I've never been allocated a single case of Panini.
But the funny thing is nobody can go get direct.
No.
Just from my wholesale days, like, you can't go get direct with Panini at all. You had to go through a third party that had all the allocations with Panini, like what Peach State or whatever
GTS,
those guys
all
are.
that stuff, yeah.
Yeah, all the distributors, right? Well, guess what? It was just all about who you know. You know, I had
and how much you spend.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
But it was all about having connections, and that's what it's always been about in the hobby. And it's just one thing I just don't like.
How did you,
you know,
how did you get in the hobby? Because I
That was one of
only,
the questions I was going to ask.
you know,
actually.
really?
Yeah, how did he get in the hobby?
Is that,
Les.
there you go, Teddy. Teddy's
Yeah.
chirping in. Let's go.
I mean, how did you get in the hobby? Why did you get in the hobby?
Blaise, actually.
All right.
So I play poker with Blaise. One of us owed each other money, and I went into a shop. And long story short, he must have owed me because he's like, "Here, take this box, rip it." And I used to love cards when I was a kid.
Yeah.
It was Prism, Zion.
All right.
Year.
Zion year.
Yep. So I go home and I'm like, this box probably sit in my closet for a week. My
then go
wife
home and rip
said
it?
something. She's like, get rid of this shit. You know, like, what is this doing or whatever? So I open it and I hit a true blue Zion. And like I text a picture to my buddy. He's like, dude, that's like a $15,000 card. And I'm like, what the fuck you talking about? You know, like, are you crazy? He's like, you're not paying attention. So all of a sudden now I'm hooked,
Yeah.
dude. I'm calling Blaise. And I'm like, bro, I need a case. I need a case. Like, I had a credit line with Blaise's brick and mortar, $250,000.
Oh my God.
I could walk in there anytime and just give me 5 cases.
Jeez.
You know,
Yeah, but
I would just wire them a week
Were
later.
you just
or whatever.
ripping? Were you ripping Prism?
I was ripping everything.
Yeah.
Anything and everything.
Yeah, anything and everything, dude.
When
know.
did you stop
It-
ripping like football and basketball and more into Bowman? I think that's all you rip now. Maybe.
Yeah,
correct
with
me
you
if I'm wrong.
guys.
Yeah.
So DR was like, dude, the returns on this shit is so much better, right? And it's just like, I just laugh because I was always chasing the quarterback or a Zion or whatever. Where
This guy
you
was
could hit
ripping select
$100,000
football
card.
like a.
Yeah,
I mean,
dude, I used to rip. Oh my God, the
Oh, we
amount
all
of
were.
money, the amount of millions I pissed on select. God damn.
he would come in and rip like 2 cases in a night. He would go, hey, I'm gonna pay for the first one. He goes, I have a case here. I'm just gonna send it to you. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, why don't you just rip it? He goes, I won't fucking rip it myself.
I hated topping and I hated top loading and sleeving cards, right?
Yeah,
Like,
fuck that.
I don't want to do all that shit. You know.
Well, my
I
whole,
mean, I had a full-time assistant too. Like he'd come in the next day, dude. I would literally have my big desk, right? And then it got to the point where I'd rip, and Corey would come in the next day, and I would have piles, dude. And there'd be a pile, this sleeve and top load, send to grading, whatever it is. Like I wouldn't even sleeve it fucking when I rip. I might rip $100,000 worth of product that night. Corey would come in like, "What the fuck did you
yeah.
do?"
But then it's nice to send it to us. I mean, then we get everything and we, sort it out, get rid of the shit, and then if you want something sent to grading. Too.
Yeah, and that was
Makes
the
it
thing
easier.
too. Is like trying to help out. Like Dr. said, we've always bumped heads, but
Yeah.
for some reason, we
You
became
tickle
really
each
good
other.
friends, and it's just like I try and help out and get him to fill breaks and this and that, and like obviously people love the entertainment factor of somebody coming in and blowing their dome off. It's just like watching a guy gamble.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
you know,
They love when, like the other night, Willingfoot went fucking ham. Shout out to Willingfoot. He's a super good guy. Like
yeah, it's a good friend of mine. I'm actually the one that introduced him to you.
Yeah, and super
or
appreciative
vice
of us because I the one thing he likes about us is, especially me, is like, which Sleevey tells me I need to ease up on a little bit with some of the new buyers because they don't understand yet. But I'm just, I pull up a card. I'm like, oh, there's a case hit, fucking $12. Get the fuck out of here. And he's like, I appreciate that because normally someone would be like, oh, case hit, like nice, there you go, that's a case hit, and then he appreciates that. And I think more or less when I tried getting you into Bowman, it was more or less of like taking less hits than
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, hey,
100%.
it's gonna be you're gonna feel less of a fucking
You were never losing $15,000 on a case.
yeah, exactly.
The money.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
and you had these like prospects that you're like, that guy might not be good now, but in 6 months, you never fucking know.
You never
Nobody
know.
nobody was chasing Jan Keel when that product came out. Nobody talked about him. Everybody was chasing Churio and all the other fucking guys in there. And then he pops off and then his numbers fucking spike. And then you have people texting me like, holy shit, dude, I'm stockpiled with this guy because I got the fucking Rockies, which I didn't want in your breaks for fucking 4
now it
days
works
straight.
out,
Now it works out. So there's always going to be players that come out of nowhere on some of these products, and you think like, oh, that was a $10 card, and now it's $150, And you're like, well, shit, now I got to grade a bunch of cards and that I didn't think I was going to grade.
It was just like, even if you look back on it now, right? The Herbert year, anything football related, you got, it was Burrow and Herbert sell for 5 or 10x Tua and Hurts. It's still that way.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
I know. I don't get it. I don't
understand
it.
it. Like, Tua's cards have never been to where they should be. Hurts's cards have never, ever been where they should be. Like, it just, none of this shit makes any sense.
And then you have Jordan Love now.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
At least with baseball, it's just all about getting to double A, getting to triple A, getting into the bigs. Like, the card values speak for themselves in baseball, and that's what I like about baseball now. It's just like, you get what you pay for.
Yeah.
Yep.
Even though it is
willing to do a long-term investment, you can kill it.
Yeah, and I'll be the first to say it, and I'll say it loud. Even like baseball prices are still too high. Like, I would love to see, like, I would love to be able to go out and break Bowman Chrome hobby boxes and break them at $250, not buy them at $250.
Well,
right?
at the pace we're going now, it's going to happen.
Yeah, and I
because
hope
more and more and more people are just getting priced out of the hobby because, the new people come in, but what people have to realize is, like, it's a very expensive hobby, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you go rip a couple boxes, then you got to get it, you got to grade it. There's a whole process to it. You don't get the money back like it's not an overnight investment.
Yeah.
And a lot of people just don't understand that.
Yeah. Well, it's also circle back to the fucking first offer you get.
Yeah.
Most of the time, it's the best one you're ever gonna get. And I've told this to countless amounts of people, and they never listen. And a lot of the people that don't listen now, they're like champion to me, like high end case break. Sean was like, he had several cards that I was trying to sell, buy for other people. Like Scrim was gonna buy some cards. And I told him flat out on the phone, I said, dude, this card is not what you think it's worth. Yeah. Like, get your fucking money. And sure enough, he didn't sell. He held on. And then it went for like $15,000 less on auction. And he's told me, he was like, you know what? The biggest thing that I've taken from you is just get that offer, take it. Take that offer. Don't think that it's going to go up because especially those cards that are just out of everybody's realm. Your fucking buyers are like 1%.
They're very slim.
Yeah.
That's another thing people just don't understand. Going to find a guy buying 5, 10, 20 and above cards, it's a very small, very, very small few people.
I would say there's less than 20, maybe even way less than 20 people in the community that are willing to go out and spend $10,000 plus on a card.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying?
20.
Yeah, like true people that are gonna go out and like actually go, hey, I'm gonna pay this for instead of like nickel and
handing
diming.
you $100 bills, buddy. Like you're probably just 5 guys maybe.
Yeah,
you'll have guys like, oh, let's work a trade. Let's do that, this and that. But like.
Yeah, hey, here's a $20,000 card. Oh, I'll give you 14 trade and 6 cash. So that's just what we see right now, and that's why I always tell people when we pull big cards, I'm like, dude, fucking get your money, man.
Sell it.
Get your fucking money. You know what? You're gonna get in the breaks again, anyways, and don't be the one where you're like, oh, I think I can get $3,000 for this card, and then in 3 months you're literally selling it for $700. And then you're like kicking yourself.
I mean, there's
like,
just a lot more to it too. Like you said, like if you sell on eBay, well, now you're giving eBay 13%.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of shit behind the scenes. Having good connections, like you having the guys grading it and doing all this and cutting out a lot of the process helps guys because they just don't. A lot of people don't understand the process.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people too, like guys like Willingfoot, Scrim, you don't want to deal with the cards. There's a lot of guys out there that just go, you know what?
You don't even mail them to me.
Yeah.
I never, when I rip a card with you, I never even see it.
Yeah. So it's like rip my cards, sleeve my cards, top load my cards, sort out the ones that send to grading, send the other ones to my guy so he could sell and that's what the people want. And there's people out there that just want that. And then there are also the other guys that they don't even buy into breaks. They just rip them to themselves. Mm-hmm. So, you have anything, Teddy?
Yeah, Burnsie, who's like one prospect you look at? I mean, I don't know how much of you actually save and hold cards, but like, who's a sleeper prospect that you have been looking at? Just curious because we're in the off season.
Caminero I was huge on Caminero. I saved a lot of bigger Caminero cards. I think he's just like another Wit, right? He's just he's a beast, man.
Solid dude.
He's got power. He's got speed. He's just, he's actually on a good franchise. Like, he's a beast, man.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, he's going to be a rookie next year. He's probably going to start out in the bigs.
Play like 2 months this year? Was it like
it was
2
towards
months?
the end.
No, he got called up late September, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Less than 2 months. Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, so he'll be a rookie. That'll be interesting. I mean, you got a good rookie class.
Oh, the
next
rookie
year.
classes.
The rookie class can be real good next year.
Which sucks because
Get your debut patches.
dude, those products are going to be out the roof. But I think they're going to spread them out. If Topps is smart, you spread them out. Because if you think about it, you're going to have potentially Ellie. Well, no, Ellie and J-Dom 100%. Mm-hmm. Then you're potentially going to have Jackson Churio, Jackson Holiday, Evan Carter, and Junior Caminero. There's no way they put all 6 in. If they do, god damn, those Topps Chrome boxes might come out at fucking $400 or $500.
You think they put it in normal Topps Chrome next year?
Yes, they will. Be in flagship
They will.
Chrome. It has to be in flagship Chrome. Yeah, it will.
Yeah, updates.
Yeah, updates rough, man.
Yeah.
You want to get into the betting stuff? We can split this up.
I love conversating, man. You guys, this is your guys' show.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm happy to be honest.
What we'll do is
about.
we'll cut it there, and then that'll be one episode, and then we could talk about we'll start into the betting stuff, and then he could do his Teddy's teasers, and then you could fucking roast his bets for his Teddy's teaser, and then
Whatever you guys want to do.
and then we'll figure out. We'll just roll with it.
These are going to be on the fly teasers, I think.
On the fly teasers. Okay.
Yeah, on the fly.
Let me pull up the board.
Let's
right here,
first of all, but you get your teasers ready.
All right.
Fucking unprepared fuck.
No, I kind of have them.
I'm just kidding, dude.
Come on, dude.
So talk about everybody out there who's listening. Burnsie started doing his own betting plays, like daily plays. It's called One of One Plays. He has his own IG. He has a TikTok. He's doing a lot of reels and stuff. Every day you have a slate. What is it typically like during the week? Is about 5 plays.
Yeah, 5. Actually, today's slate was really big. It's a full NBA slate, full NCAA basketball and hockey. So I gave out 7 plays today, and I gave out a free play.
And then you do that like, so someone like what's it cost to get a full slate? Like if I want all 7 plays.
So you like the dailies, Monday through Friday is $25.
$25.
You get every access to every play. The weekends, I charge $100 on Sundays. NFL is my best day. Usually it's about 10 games. I'll add, some games here and there. And I was doing 75 for college, so I don't know what I'm going to do now that college is over. But I sell the weekly for $200. You can buy the monthly for $600.
Yeah.
And our record kind of speaks for itself.
What's the current record?
Put a lot of work into this. What's that?
What's the current record?
I would think as of last night, Corey told me I was like a 64%.
64, and then you want to be about what is it like 58% is like above 58.
Yeah, so I thought it was, and I was on a conference call last night. We were talking about that. To be a winning sports bettor, to be considered one of the best handicappers in the world, you're 55%.
55%. That's fucking crazy. So 64, it's a great start. And you've always showed like everybody out there. I've gotten DMs. I'm going to clear the air right now. Burnsie does not send me his plays for free. He has given me plays on the phone, just like, yeah, fucking Chiefs gonna blow this.
But I've
game
been giving you plays way before I started.
Yeah. No, because I had people DM me like, oh, well, what's Burnsie? I know he's giving them to you for free, and I'm like, no, he's not. Like we don't even talk about that stuff. Normally, what happens is on Sunday, like at fucking 3:00 in the afternoon, he sends me the list. He's like, hey, fucking root for these. Hey, watch these plays for me. Like I'm out hunting. Like let me know how I'm doing. So what's
we had a huge Sunday.
Yeah, I know. And
we went 11-2, and my only losses was Denver plus 3.5, and I lost the Panthers under by a point.
Panthers under, yeah, because of the 2-point conversion right at the end.
Yeah.
That's the stuff that's just fucking bad beats, man. I just can't get over, man. It's like just boils in my fucking blood.
Denver cost me $700,000 to $800,000.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and they had back-to-back drives to win the game, not only cover to win the game.
I know. Yep. I didn't understand that last drive of theirs, but It's behind us.
So
It's behind
That's why
us.
they play the game.
Yeah.
Burnsie, you do giveaways. I know that you do giveaways on your platform on Instagram and stuff like that. So tell people, how do you get in the Super Bowl giveaway? Because I think you're giving away tickets to the Super Bowl.
I am. I'm giving away a Super Bowl package, which I will be paying for the airfare, 2 tickets to the Super Bowl, hook you up with a badass hotel. That's for anybody that buys the weekly or the monthly package. We have a website too. It's 101plays.com. And, we're going to be doing some other cool stuff to get a chance to get in there. I know, like, my assistant, we just released a video. Like, if you repost it or whatever, they're setting something up to give away, entries into the drawing for that as well. I do cool shit all the time. Like, every single week lately, I've been doing, some sort of like ticket giveaway where I either give you your choice of NFL or NBA game. I'll buy you whatever you want, whatever city you're in. And the only reason I even charge for this is how much I put into it and how much time I put into it. This has consumed my life. Like, and I semi-retired from poker because I didn't want to work anymore. Right. And then, like, obviously people know my success inside of sports betting. And it was just like, hey, sell me your picks or give me your picks or give me your plays. And then, like, I was on the fence, right? Because it was like, if you win, you're doing what you're supposed to do if you're selling your picks. If you lose, you're the biggest fucking scam artist that ever existed, right?
Yeah, it's
like
hard it's a kind of like a touchy area, to
get
into.
you ain't pleasing nobody.
I know.
Like, there ain't nothing. Like, buddy, I went 11-2 on Sunday, and I had a guy message me and tell me he lost.
Yeah, he took the 2 plays, or he hammered the 2 plays.
He's like, well, I parlayed them all. I'm like, it literally says to straight bet them.
Yeah.
It's like.
Because they're tiered out, right? Like, you have favorite plays.
I can't fix stupid.
Stuff,
you know what I mean? Like, that's one of my favorite sayings. I can't fix stupid.
He has gold, silver, and bronze plays, right?
Yeah, we're gonna actually switch that up to unit sizes. I was just waiting for the site to get done, but yeah, it's gonna get switched up into unit sizes. But right now, there's like 5-star, 4-star, and 3-star plays.
What's the best sport to bet on? Like if you're like, hey, this is the best way to go. Like, what's the best sport?
Probably college basketball. After like the first month.
Really? After everything kind of shakes out and clears up?
Yeah, because like Vegas is so focused on a lot of sports at this very moment that it's really tough to handicap all the games correctly. So, perfect example. Last night we ran into this. I gave out Michigan State -5. Michigan State should have been a dog in that game. Well, I got the good old reverse trap, right? Because, like, I'm looking at it like, how in the hell do they have Michigan State as a favorite when Wisconsin's clearly a way better team? It's just, in my eyes, it's like Michigan State just has to win the game.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we call it the good old reverse trap, but yeah, it happens. So,
well, it was like it was like the Niner Eagle game. We said that. I was like, dude, this screams blowout Niners. This screams.
But remember what I
Niners.
told you?
What?
That they would win by 3 touchdowns.
No, I know. But that's what I was saying. We talked about that. I said, I said, how 10-1 versus 7-3 or whatever it was, and I'm like, how this makes no sense. It makes no sense. Why? And we said on the phone, I said, this is the Cowboy Niner thing when Cowboys were the hottest team in football going into San Francisco, and we were like, why is this line so weird? Why? What was it? Like, Niners were like favored by 6 or something in that game, and they blew them the fuck out. So
it's. That's kind of what I'm talking about. Like, so a regular person will go look at that prime example is the San Francisco Eagles game, and they're going to be like, you're giving me 3 points at home with the Eagles, the best team in football?
Yep.
I'm all in.
Yeah.
They're not analyzing the game like, why is it this way? You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's where 20 years of doing this, 15, 20 years of doing this, I'm now kind of sharing my knowledge. Obviously I do charge to do it, but you have to. What advantage do I have to giving away my place for free to you or Teddy? You guys go betting the game and screwing the whole lineup for me.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Is it hard to pick 5 games? It's like because like I told you that one time you had like 13 plays on a Sunday. I'm like, fuck, man, that can go sideways real quick.
It is. In a perfect world, I would narrow it down. People like the opportunity to parlay and hit a home run, right? So it's like. What I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to give everybody a bunch of singles and give them the option to hit a home run.
Yeah.
Like let's hit a grand slam. You know what I mean? And that's why I'm trying to give out more plays. I'm eventually going to narrow this down. Once football season's over, I'll be way more selective. It's just like it's a tough. Like I said, it's just so many fine lines in this shit.
Yeah.
Do you bet on a lot of baseball? I mean, during season?
I do.
Yeah,
Baseball is really good for me.
You like it?
You know, me personally, I'm interested to see how. I can't imagine it'll be much different for selling my picks, but baseball's a lot easier.
Yeah.
A lot more dogs in baseball and hockey, right?
Yeah.
Like hockey, you see like every night. There's like this team was like plus 300. They fucking win by 2 goals. I'm like, what the fuck? Like it's kind of, and you see it in baseball too. It's like Verlander's on the bump, the other team's plus 280, and Verlander just has that one. You know, he gives it that bloop and a blast, and next thing you know, that like that dog's
pulled the fifth.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
You know.
So
and they're setting these lines in baseball based on a starting pitcher going 7 innings. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like they get to him in the 3rd or 4th inning and he's out of the game. Well, now you got a totally different line. What should be?
Yeah,
exactly.
So
it's crazy.
And it's the same thing. Like I made a video like a couple weeks ago about it. You know, I can tell you everything we need to know about the game, but I can't control the refs. I can't control a guy getting hurt. Like the Jags the other day, Lawrence out of the game.
Yeah.
They should have won that game.
Yeah.
At every opportunity. Well, the one thing I will say though, that fucking Browning kid is for real.
Yeah, he played well.
He did.
Yeah, he's no joke.
Yeah, he made plays, didn't turn the ball over. That's all you have to do. Just don't turn the ball over. You know what? Even if you play a field position game, you can take a sack. You know what? Punt, field position, let your defense play. Don't turn the ball over. Turning the ball over.
I know you're really big on him, but it's just, I mean, it's like Purdy, right? Like that's what he's so good at. He just don't turn the ball over.
Yeah.
Yeah,
very
and
mentally smart.
What the one word that he does not get credit for is he's so poised in the pocket. The pocket is collapsing, and he's just so fucking zoned in. You can watch these games. He feels it, and he knows
he's so small he doesn't see half the shit coming because he's below it.
I was making fun of. I was DMing a guy, and he was Purdy, or like talking shit. I said, listen, dude. The guy doesn't get happy feet. You see all these young quarterbacks, when they see that pressure, like Jimmy G did it every fucking game. It pissed me off. I'm like, dude, the guys are not even 5 yards away from you yet. And he's fucking happy feet and like, I got to get rid of this ball. And Purdy just sits back and he knows, like, all right, fucking hit's coming. But I know I got IU going on the fucking post and Debo running the fucking underneath route. Like, one of them's going to be open and just make the throw. You just got to do is make the throw. Listen, you put up the graphics.
Well, that just goes to show you how stacked that team is because you didn't even mention McCaffrey.
Yeah, I know. McCaffrey's running the wheel route. Kittle's running the fucking just go up the middle. And then, like, what else? Who else they got? Fucking Jennings. I mean, Jennings makes plays. Jennings is kind of overlooked on that team. But it goes back.
They're the best team in the NFL. It took me a little bit because I just wasn't a huge Purdy fan. To be honest with you, I wasn't sold on him. He's growing on me every week. The 49ers are hands down. When they are a fine-tuned oil machine, buddy.
Yeah.
When they put the graphic up of what Shanahan did with Matt Ryan and what he's doing, like I always tell people, like sub Brock Purdy out and put Patrick Mahomes on that team, and everyone's going to be saying Patrick Mahomes is better than Brady. Like they would crown him as the GOAT.
Yeah. Well, they're already saying that.
No. But I'm just saying, like Mahomes would. I mean, obviously. Purdy's more of like a tactical quarterback. I say tactical because he picks his times to take his shots. He gives what the defense takes him, and that's what the Shanahan way is. Like a guy like Mahomes would probably put up 50 touchdowns on this team. Like he would have a heyday. People underestimate.
They would win 4 straight Super Bowls.
Yeah, they would. And
100%.
Listen, I'm gonna say something. Debo Samuel is. That 2019 draft, DK Metcalf, when DK Metcalf got overlooked by all these teams and the Niners passed on him twice, I was so pissed. But now I'm like, Debo was the best wide receiver in the class. The guy can literally do it all. He can run routes. He can fucking run. He can run the ball like out of the backfield. He could do it all. And that game, like he was blowing by defenders. It wasn't even close.
But here's going to be the problem for the 49ers. When all these rookie contracts are up and they got to start paying everybody.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's going to be a big problem. I mean, Brock Purdy's making $870,000 or $870 a year right now.
Yeah, well, it's showing when he's walking in with the
guy's got a fucking roommate in San Francisco because he can't afford rent on his own. That's a true story, by the way.
Is it really?
I think he does.
Yeah, he lives with an offensive lineman. He can't afford rent.
Wow.
He
nuts. Should live with Trent Williams because that motherfucker's a dog.
He probably got a bag of peanuts for a signing bonus. What was your last pick, right?
It was the last pick. I think his 4-year deal was like $3 million or something.
That's so crazy.
Hey,
Really low. He makes $870 a year.
it's not where he starts, where he finished, right? His next contract.
Oh, I mean, he's gonna get paid.
Oh,
The guy's holding the bag for sure.
He's gonna get paid, but he reminds me of a quarterback that's gonna do the right thing.
Do the right thing system, yeah.
Do the
Hey,
right thing.
how many times this gets overlooked with Tom Brady? If you go back every single year, he restructured his deal to free up $1 million, $2 million, and his.
Well, that's because his wife was worth $1 billion fucking dollars. What did he need money for?
What I'm saying is, Brock Purdy seems like the guy that goes, "Hey, I don't want to. I'm going to get $40 million and then get sacked 50 times in a year, and then
You're 100% right. He definitely has that personality that he's going to do whatever it takes to keep his team together.
Yeah,
and keep him on the roster playing too. I think that definitely helps him.
I mean, it's important. It's super, super important. You got to be that kind of guy, right? If you're a team player, it ain't all about money. These guys, people forget these guys started as little kids. Maybe their dream was to go to the NFL, but when you're a little kid and dreaming of going to NFL, you ain't worried about getting $100 million check.
Yeah,
you just want to be there.
Yeah,
and people forget it's not always about the money.
Yeah, and they're making money on the side.
That's
way more than their contract. Dak Prescott makes $150 million outside of football. That's crazy.
What about Kelce?
Their contracts are nothing.
Yeah, Kelsey's getting paid by Pfizer though, man. That guy's the jab queen now.
Also, I was 100% thinking you were going to say, but Brock Purdy is one of those guys that can also get himself $1 billion wife.
Oh yeah. Oh,
100%.
I thought you were saying, but wait a minute, he can also do the same thing.
Listen, hey, Giselle is single.
She is
Maybe
single.
he just goes after Giselle.
That young buck.
All right, well, fucking give us a plug, Burns. So, let everyone know what the fuck's going on with the with the plays and where to find you and all that jazz.
Yeah, I mean, they can go to my IG or website, oneofOneplays.com, or just any form of it. It's basically on all the social medias now because I got social media guys. You can go there. You can go right to my website. You can purchase the plays. They're sent out every day about 3 p.m. Eastern. And, I do a lot of guarantees where, like, if you buy the daily package and I lose, tomorrow's free. I've been fortunate. I haven't really lost a lot of days, so we're a month in.
Like
so
$25 is for like 5 plays. I mean, you're betting $5 a game. Like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah,
like, if you're getting somebody that obviously, clearly, and I know this because I've talked to you, where you're like, dude, I've been up since 5:30 checking lines.
Yeah,
like every 30
I put
minutes.
a lot into this.
I'm checking lines.
I sleep a little bit less now since you started.
Do I put a little less time into it?
No, a little bit less sleep time.
Less sleep.
Oh yeah, I sleep a lot less.
Yeah. Wake up in the middle of
I
the night
really
and
do.
check
I put a
lines
lot
and
into
shit.
this shit.
Yeah.
Because I don't like losing people money. It makes me sick to my stomach, right? So I'm so laser focused now that I just don't want to make any mistakes.
You're dialed in.